I used to wake up already overwhelmed. Small kids, a messy house, work emails buzzing, and I felt like I was failing at all of it. Until I discovered these 8 minimalist rules that changed everything for me. Not overnight, but in small baby steps way. The last 2 are my favorites. Hi, I'm Henna, and today I'm sharing the minimalist rules that have helped me extremely to navigate life as a working mom with 3 small children. These rules brought me clarity, calm, and connection into my daily routine. The 25-1 rule. Ever feel like your brain is juggling flaming swords? It is the multitasking mode, the graveyard of all the to-dos. That was me, trying to write emails, stir dinner, and answer a toddler's question at all once. This rule is inspired by the pomodoro technique. It helps me focus on one task at a time, whether it is work, play, or decluttering. I set a timer, commit to one task. It's amazing how much gets done when you stop multitasking. How can I do this then, if I have all the priorities and more on my desk? I simply need to set aside time for this. I decide. Once a day is enough to start practicing this. It can be anything. I have made it a habit to start my mornings with my kids by giving us, as a family, 25 minutes to connect. I stash my phone, grab my coffee, and just be there with my kids. They might whine, they might want to sit on my lap, or we will play a game. The one rule is no screens. Then we are all good to go and live our day. I use this at my work also, when I need to concentrate or help someone else concentrate. I close my phone and emails. Hardly anything is so important that it couldn't wait for 25 minutes. I focus the 25 minutes and I get less stress, more progress, and a sense of control over the day. The payoff for me, a space that breathes in my mind and around me, and a mindset that values quality over quantity. The 1 in, 1 out rule. I used to dread visitors and even more opening my drawers in front of them. I was constantly ashamed. I didn't have a name for it, but it was there. An awful feeling. I felt like hiding. My drawers were stuffed with things I didn't even remember buying. When I took my first steps with minimalistic mindset, I found this rule that really helps me out. Now every purchase feels intentional. I remind myself, balance your belongings. There is only so much space, time, and energy in my life. I simply can't live on debt with this one. It will break me and my home. Every new item means one must go. This keeps clutter in check and makes shopping intentional. The same with everything else. We always think before buying, do we have room for this? What is it going to replace? This way we can easily see if it's unnecessary or just something that we want. Did you know that 20% of the time you spend on work or chores brings 80% of the results? I used to spend hours on tasks that barely moved the needle. I was washing and folding excess clothes, emptying dishwasher after dishwasher, and looking for lost items. My calendar was full of meetings and tasks that got me nowhere. Then I understood that not all effort is equal. This is insane but true, and it is called the Pareto. By this rule, if we only knew where to focus, we would be able to increase the meaningful results. I have always been keen to learn how to optimize. I do not want to use my time unwisely. I rather find optimal way for everything. It feels though that it took me ages to realize the 80-20 rule. Do less, impact more. I'm always trying to focus on the 20% that brings 80% of the results. It is difficult, but I'm getting there. I have identified the tasks that truly matter for me in my life, like quality time with my kids, focused work blocks to operate 2 jobs, and intentional workout. I let go of the rest. Let go. That is my mantra now. Look, I'm a very quick person. That was my thing. Impulse buying and almost impulse everything used to be my weakness. Then I learned this minimalistic rule. Wait. You're free to laugh. I think this is hilarious. But at that time it was news for me. I now think, do I want it? I shall wait for it. I wait 30 days before buying non-essentials. I started adding items to my wish list instead of cart. Most of the time I forgot about them. The ones I remembered, I did not miss them either. If something is really stuck on my mind, I could buy it with confidence. With pausing, I get fewer regrets, more savings, and purchases that truly matter. This goes well with your calendar also. So wait a little while. Hey, now that we are pausing for a while, I would highly appreciate if you could hit like, subscribe, or share this video with someone who needs to simplify their life. That would be great help. I promise not to clutter your feed. I am posting only once a week. The 5-minute reset. Remember, I used to dread visitors? This one goes hand in hand with that thought. I used to think I needed an hour to clean, but 5 minutes can do magic. Tiny time, huge calm. Quick resets throughout the day to maintain order. I set a timer, tidy one area and move on. It's doable. We do this together as a family. And it keeps chaos from building up. There is one trick in this though. This could not be possible if I still owned all the stuff that I used to. After decluttering 3 times, like majorly, I finally feel that our home holds the right amount of stuff. Now I welcome visitors. I know that my home is always 5 minutes away from calm and I do not feel ashamed anymore. Our home stays manageable. And that has huge impact on our whole mindset. The belonging rule. Ever notice how clutter piles up when things don't have a home? That was our reality until we made a rule. If it has no home, it doesn't belong to our home. I don't remember where I originally heard this thought for the first time. Maybe it was Marie Kondo or maybe Gabe Bult. I like the idea of this thought spreading and normalizing the physical boundaries for stuff. Everything must have a designated place. This is about respect. Respect on us humans and on the items. It needs a home or it needs to go. We have labeled bins, categorized zones, and we have taught ourselves and our kids where things go. Now cleanup is faster and stuff doesn't wander. And we can easily see if someone does not belong. Then it's action time. With designated places, you can take back control and own your space. Less mess, less stress, and home that works for us. Now it's time for the favorite rules. First one is mind-blowingly simple, but it took me 35 years to find out this. The 0 rule. I used to store dozens and dozens of small plastic containers for food in my kitchen. Why? Because I thought I might need it someday. The 0 rule changed that. It really hit me when I heard, you don't have to own all this stuff. Inspired by the famous minimalist Joshua Becker and the Dawn from the Minimal Mom, this rule opened my eyes. This helped me realize I can choose not to own things and still be fine. I started asking, what could I do with this time instead that I am now spending to take care of this item? If the answer was something more important, quite often it was, then I let go. It is simply not worth it. When I let go, I felt the change. Peace of mind, clarity, time, more energy, everything started to flow. I let go of excess stuff and out goes stress, anxiety, and terrible, discouraging thoughts at the same time. These rules didn't just declutter my home, they decluttered my mind. They gave me space to breathe, connect, and grow. Which one is your favorite minimalistic rule? Please share in the comments. My other favorite rule is this: the evening reset. Mornings used to be chaos at my home. Missing socks, forgotten homework, spilled cereal, all the chaos. And then I realized the secret wasn't in the morning, it was the day before. Tomorrow starts today. My reset begins before I leave work. I check my calendar and prep for 5 minutes. At home, I put away work items, empty bags, and remind my kids to clear theirs. We clean up after dinner, clear toys, and follow our rule: nothing sleeps on the floor. I check my notes and prep for the next day. The result? We wake up to a calm home and enjoy family time every morning. These seem quite obvious and easy rules, but sometimes they are hard to execute. I know this hurdle and I remember how hard it used to be. That is why I want to share these with you. If you want to know more in detail how to master each of these, check out my other videos. Watch the complete evening reset next to check if you are making the most out of your evening routine. See you there.